Name the most annoying meta in Dragon Ball Legends history.
No.
We have had some toxic, annoying, disgraceful, disgusting metas in this game, but today I'm going to be talking about what I think are the 5 most toxic metas in the game. Like always, if you have a meta I did not include in here or a period of the game that you think is most annoying, make sure you leave it down in the comment. And we're going to begin with, I think, the most recent toxic one. I'm not going to be talking about, I don't think the new Ultra Goku is that toxic, but the team that's in my head right now for the most toxic in recent years, and maybe we've had since like when I say early, I mean like COVID days of Dragon Ball Legends 2020, 2021, must be the Daima team. The Daima mirror matches, the Daima paralysis moments, abnormal condition roulette. I mean, oh my gosh. Now, during this Daima time, one thing I felt was very, very annoying about this team was how often you saw them, right? Because they only needed the Goku, Q, and Vegeta. So you only, and really it was only, if you had Goku and Vegeta, or Goku and Q, Goku was like the main component, right? If you had Goku, oh my gosh.
These are not Ultra characters, by the way. These are LF characters.
Especially that paralysis. Once it hit, when you were using the Daima team, stops you during a side step, you can't attack, it triggers at any random moment. The opponent doesn't know. At that point, the opponent is simply just using cards hoping you get frozen. I mean, you can do everything correctly in the game. Judge your opponent, realize he's mid-range striking, try to perfect the PV, land a rising rush, but again, if you get paralyzed, there's nothing you can do. I mean, another really annoying thing that I think people don't mention about the Daima team is how annoying their healing was. Even a few days ago, I was watching a Daima game on a YouTube video. The team was like, at the start of the game, it was Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Goku, right? Goku at the start of the game, I don't know, he's just on, he does crazy damage, right? You swap in, he has the cover change thing, bam, he's doing half your health gone. He has the blue card, get his vanish back, he can keep the combo going, he can stay in for a while, he gets key on the green, AoE green. And the Daima team was pretty much all gone. Half the units were yellow, like their health was half. I think the unit I can't remember who it was gone. I think it was the red Zenkai Goku. Fast forward like a minute into the game. You know how matches in PvP are kind of long nowadays. You fast forward a minute into the game, his team's all in green. Especially that Goku, the blue Daima main LF Goku. When he gets his indestructible, and you have I forgot what the healing supporter is, and he always comes in, Dende, right? And he comes in, heals Goku, and Goku's already going to heal from the indestructible. And I've seen him go from literally indestructible, he's pretty much KO'd, to 3.9 mil health again. Like a new unit. You know how in Ultra Space Time Rush you defeat a unit in the purple, they break and they respawn again? You're basically running a PvE unit in PvP, is what I'm trying to say. That Goku, Vegeta damage, Vegeta was just a good unit, like really good for the team. Goku just got a Zenkai, but during Daima's day, honestly, that might have been annoying. I think what classifies as annoying, really annoying too, is more so the fact that anyone can use the team. Like some teams in the game, especially if you want to run them in certain metas, you have to have a certain level of understanding and skill. Other teams though, you just summon for the most recent units, you put them all on one team, and units start doing stuff. Like we're going to be talking about, you know who, that Ultra Vegeta later on in the video, but he's one unit where you just summon for him, and because he's like cancelling the opponent's blast cards and stuff, you don't really need to do too much. Q can feint 3 times in a row, like it was terrible. If you had to put toxic, more than annoying, toxic, Daima might be close to number 1, because the thing is annoying is that time will pass eventually, like kind of like the Pan, the Beast Gohan, the Gohan and the Pan, time will pass. But with toxic, it makes you you don't like the team anymore. Do you get what I mean? Like you don't like the team. It's not just annoying, it's like nah, I don't even skip Daima. And then next we have, oh my gosh, back in the day, tag Android 17 and 18, my goodness me. This might be called peak momentum oppression. I mean, in a healthy match, in a normal PvP match, you attack your opponent attacks you, you clash, you rising rush, blah blah blah, and you reset, you go again. With Android 17 and 18, it was literally swap in, swap out, do damage, the gate, you don't do anything. It felt like, 17 and 18 felt like the opponent, like the tag, what the tag was made for, where you keep tag teaming, you go in, you go out, you go in and go out, go in and go out, was literally like the definition of a tag unit, a tag mechanic unit. You keep going in. I can list all their stuff right now on the screen of what they were doing each time they swapped out to each other. The green card, the damage, oh my gosh. I mean, this might be for some people a very, very, very negative part of the game, because they threw Ultra Super Gogeta, a yellow unit, obviously they were red, off being the top unit in the game. And well, the androids were really, really strong, oppressively. Like, their attack was absolutely crazy. They did everything you could want. Cover nullification, they had a bunch of uncancelable buffs, an always active endurance nullification. There was a tag unit as well, therefore if the opponent is using a blue unit and you have a red, just swap out. Just simply swap out. Vanish removal from the 18, card destroying, card draw speed, card manipulation, reducing key, restoring health on attack. Restoring health is one of the most annoying things in this game. I know recently, because of how long my matches have been dragging out to PvP, restoring health is something that people talk about, damage, paralysis, all this other stuff. No, look at teams. That's why when Regen was a big team, I did not like it. I did not like the Regen team, because it's restoring, it's just dragging the game on and on and on. Like I said, it doesn't matter what type of blue unit they release at the time, they can just swap colors and now it is GG's, game over. They, you could potentially say, were better than every unit that came following the anniversary. Like before, Android 17-18, right before the anniversary, might be better than that whole 4th year. I think it was 4th year. I can't remember. I think it was 4th year anniversary. And then they were used with LF Cooler, who's not including. Now that I think about it, I could have included LF Cooler into this video, but he was just. We're gonna get into Cooler. What you know what we should do as a series on this channel? We should go through every single LF and describe what they did to the game. That's a good idea. Make it a little series. But yeah, Android 17 and 18, just broken abilities, crazy damage. UI Goku came out later, another red unit. Cooler came out later, big combos. And yeah, our next unit would have to go on to, now I say annoying. When I say annoying, this is more like dangerous, like terrifying. Zenkai Red LF Gohan, start of the Zenkai. The time when you could take a terrible old unit and literally make them the best unit in the game. Doesn't happen anymore, but this Gohan, the damage I have seen from this Gohan may only be matched by Beast Gohan, obviously another Gohan, and potentially Vegito Blue, the LF 2nd anniversary one. In my head, I'm trying to think of Dragon Ball Legends and another unit that like I watched in every video, in me myself in PvP, late games, just destroying a team. Color disadvantage did not matter. If your unit was a blue, this Gohan simply didn't care. That ultimate as a last man unit, I think could one-shot any unit in the game. Damage scaling, damage stacking, definitely one of the most feared units in PvP history. Annoying, I would say not even necessarily just the Gohan. We're talking about messes, right? But I say the Gohan and the whole like Android 8, like everything that came with that Zenkai era was just, if you didn't get a Zenkai at the time, you were finished. Bear in mind, it's not like it is today where you do the, I forgot what the event's called, the Ultra Rush time, and you can get the unit and you do missions and you get the unit to 5 and you can get medals and get them to Zenkai 7. No, back in the day, I've said it in a video before, I spent, I think it was 14,000 to 21,000, I can't remember the exact amount, getting free, not the free, Android 16, the green one, the big tanky one that used to be tanky, and Android 18, 14k. You get that for free. Nowadays, you don't even have to do anything for them nowadays. But back in the day, 14k, not spent on banners, spent on getting these units. Why? Because they were better than the banners coming out. That whole Zenkai era has to be something I talk about in another video, because that was genuinely like, I kind of like the idea though of taking an old unit and making them permanently good, not just like a seasonal boost. I kind of like the idea of taking them and making them like good, buffing them. But this Zenkai showed you can go too far, especially this Gohan was like the peak of Zenkai power. And then we have two here, two left. You know what, I'm gonna go with, I was technically not playing the game too much during this time, but UMV and that blast card when I did play the game has to be one of the most annoying. The no switching to the thing is with UMV, what made it annoying, why I'm calling it annoying, goes back to the point I was talking about earlier, where you don't have to be the best player in the game to play it. Now, this could mean so many different things. You could be like, well, that's any unit that's going to be good. You don't need to be the best player. But UMV, the fact that like he stopped you blasting, the same way UGB stopped you from blasting, the same way the purple LF Gogeta Super Team Full stopped you from attacking at all when his gauge is full, means that you don't have to do anything. Literally. you don't have to do, like, your opponent, you're already limiting your opponent just by using the unit. He was everywhere too, every game. It was just, now that I think about it in my head, you know what we had to do, you know what Slackax had to do, we tried to do a mass countering. Now, I wasn't part of the mass countering. I think I just kept losing to UMV. But I mean, I don't really see him as much anymore. But during this time, UMV is, for some people, the most annoying. Will be the most annoying, especially if you don't like the character too. I think sometimes what adds to characters being annoying in this game is that in the actual anime, if they weren't your favorite, like they weren't really your type of character. For me, Trunks is like my favorite. You see my profile picture, my other channel, everywhere, Trunks, right? So I'm always going to be, Trunks. Try and make Trunks good in the game. I don't mind Trunks being the best unit in the game. But for certain characters, I feel like if you don't like them in the actual anime, when they come in the game and they're broken, it's even worse. I mean, for anyone who doesn't like Gohan, I mean, everyone likes Gohan, I think. But for anyone who doesn't like Gohan playing Dragon Ball Legends, GG. Because we go on to Rattan. I mean, Rattan, Rat Gohan. The fact that I'm not calling him Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth, and the game or the community has given him the nickname, it gives you an example of what an annoying meta really is. I mean, they're not even calling the character by his full name, his government, Toshi given, Bandai Namco Entertainment given name. They're calling him Rattan. You can't attack him. He does crazy damage. He was another type of unit in the game which is annoying in the sense that you can just sit back. Now, I could have included definitely some UI Gokus in here too, because they do the same thing. But a character's AoE green card I forgot to mention for this. I was going to go into that. But units where you just sit back because you're almost waiting for like a counter, or you're waiting for like your opponent to do something so you can react, probably will be most annoying, because sometimes the opponent just doesn't want to fight. I mean, why fight when you could wait for your opponent to attack, dodge and press AoE green, potentially get a PB with that. Blast armor cancel, forward charge cancel, range attack cancel, destroys all cards, endurance, nullifies endurance, insane ultimate arts, ultimate special move damage. This Gohan, now that I really look at it, was like bad for the, like, annoying. I might even call it bad for the game, annoying. Very, very annoying. Fighting against him, like I said, this Gohan was what made me, not the Gohan, but the time of the game. And this, not having this Gohan in PvP made me just, I played the game less during this time for sure. My screen time definitely went down during this period of the game. And for me, the most annoying, well, I think metas units out of this whole list I've given, and in my opinion, for me, now it depends for me, right? Because it depends if you have the character or can you compete. Some people may say LF Vegeta Blue, but I had him so I could compete. Ultra Full Q that's out right now, I have him so I can compete. So for everyone it will be different, but for me, because I didn't have him, I would definitely say the Rattan. UMV was manageable-ish. I mean, it was still bad, but these two, Rattan and UMV, 100% my most annoying units in the game. And the Red Pan, throw a Red Pan in there. So now answer the question at the start of the video, please, in the comments. The most annoying meta in your history, in your time playing the game. Which meta made you take the longest break, if you did take a break, or stop playing PvP? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Make sure also you join the Discord down below. Thank you very much.